You know what's sad is, especially as a child, it's like, as a child, you're always obviously looking up to older people, adults, elderly, your parents, your relatives, your friends, whatever, like anybody who's older than you, especially adults. Like you just think they know everything, you idolize them, you worship them, to a certain degree. You have your heroes and all that, your idols, blah blah. So there's a point though, it's like it's so weird. It's like I have no idea when it happened to me, but it happens to everybody. It's like you're a kid, you're like a child, and then a kid, I guess, and then like a young teenager, then an older teenager. You're kind of close to adulthood. You're becoming an adult, but there is a point in everybody's life. Well, let me say for most people at least, there's that point where you realize how stupid adults actually are. And it happens to you, like you realize how stupid you are, right? I mean, you realize how like uneducated and lacking of wisdom you are. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like it just happens at some point. And it's going to happen to everybody, and it happens. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that, like it happened to you too. When at some point in your life when you were younger, and obviously it happens at different ages and different stages, just like when you stop believing Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all that crap. When you finally, as a kid, you learn that magic isn't real and this and that. So you hit this certain age, most likely sometime in teen years, I guess. I mean, some people are more mature and they mature faster. Who knows? I mean, I bet for a lot of people it happens very late. Maybe some still don't even realize it, but it's like there comes this time that you basically become an adult in a sense. Maybe you're not even a real, like, it's just a realization rather, right? Adulting, as they call it. Like you get to this point where you really, really, like, actually, I'm talking about like when you really get it. When you look around and like you're an adult and you're like, adults are dumb. They're stupid. Like that whole thing as a child, like it's just like this fake belief, almost like this biological basic. I don't know, it's like a survival thing. Obviously you're a child, you're young, you're a kid. Like you look to adults to do everything, right? You look to adults to solve your problems, help take care of your family or whatever it is. Like, you got the more important, so-called important adults, like the politicians and all. But you look toward, you look at actors, you look at politicians, like they're running the world. You're looking at all these adults and you think like they know what the hell they're doing. You're like, they're smart, this and that. Well, that person's the leader of a country, or this person, like an Elon Musk or a Bill Gates. They're like multi-billionaires and they're powerful people, and like they know what they're doing. But then you grow up, you become an adult, and then you kind of realize they're just like you. Everyone's just an adult. Yeah, I'm not talking about intelligence. Of course, yeah, there are adults who are smarter than other adults, but I'm talking about like that simple, basic human nature understanding of like we're all just like these random people who honestly don't know what the fuck we're doing. It's that simple. Like, just people. They make mistakes. They make like sometimes they make big mistakes, or they don't know what the hell they're doing. But it's like that weird realization as I guess, like it's like entering a new game, a new ballpark. Like you weren't there before. It's like literally you just open the door, you take a step forward, and that realization hits you that people really are dumb. These adults don't know what the hell they're doing. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. And it's sad too, because it's like, I guess that's part of that whole innocence of loss of innocence, rather, of like a young person getting older. And that moment you realize, like, there was a moment, just like that thing, they say stuff like, as a parent, it's like the last, you don't remember, you will never know the last time you pick up a child. So like that moment, it'll be the last time, or the last time you played with a friend, like an old friend. You went out and you played in the playground and you had so much fun, and then you didn't know at the time that was like it, though, that was going to be the last time. And that happened, obviously, every aspect of life that happens. Okay, but it's like that same thing. And there's a moment in your life when you just realize how stupid people are, and you realize that you are also stupid. Everyone's just stupid, and it's just mind-boggling, like all these decisions that people have been making, and they're like they make wrong, or you learn of stuff too. You're like, why the hell? Like a hard part of that is, I think, I think when you realize that your own parents are like that too. I mean, that hits a little harder too. It's like when people close to you, and you realize like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, why did they do this? Why did they do that? And again, people realize this. They make that realization at a younger age, older age, whatever. But it's just like when you stop and think about it and you look back, you're like, wow, like that happened at some point, and then all these things started to kind of make sense more to you, like why, whatever it is, like just mistakes and really big screw ups, and you're like, wow, that person was my mother or father, and you think they were like smart, but like you realize they're just as just as dumb as you. So yeah, and it's oh man, it's like you look at all these politicians, same shit. Like they never learn. You have these idiot adults. I mean, it's obvious. It's just weird because obviously as an adult, it's so obvious, but as a kid, it's like again that whole innocence thing. Like you had no idea. Like a kid grows up and then becomes an adult, and they're like, "Well, why the fuck are they still fighting? What's going on? There's a war in this country, and there's a war in that country." Grown ass adults, like you've been waiting your whole life, rather, you've been waiting your whole childhood to become this adult, and then you become this adult, whatever age it is, and then you're like, WTF? Like seriously, like people are dumb. They're so dumb. They're so stupid. They make dumb decisions, and like we have that every day. So you have some powerful president, like right now it's Donald Trump in the U.S., and it's like, why are they so dumb with certain things? I'm not saying again, we're not talking about like they are actually dumb or smart. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying like they're just an adult, just a human being like you. It could literally be you in that position, and that they're just standing there making these weird decisions and choices. Should I do this? Should I do that? Whether it's something as simple as, should I eat like eggs for breakfast or should I eat like oatmeal for breakfast? You know, should I attack this country today? Should I attack that country today? Should I bomb some more children in the Middle East? Like, it's such a weird and bizarre thing when you actually just stop and think about it. And it's like, why are people like that? It's so like you thought, hey, like you're an adult now. You've understood. You've gone through, especially the older you get. Like, if you're like some 80-year-old man or woman, like you've experienced so much in life, like you should pretty much get it by then, shouldn't you? And maybe that should be like something else in like politics. Maybe there should be like a rule. You have to be like over the age of 65 with a lot of experience. Although that doesn't even make sense because we have so many wacky old ass seniors who are messed up even more. So like, yeah, anyways, you got like that moment where you'll realize adults are retarded. It's you have wars everywhere. You have all these wars going on. You have the UK right now. Apparently, like it's gotten so bad that people are being arrested for simple things as like literally posting stuff on social media. And it's not even like crazy death threats or anything. It's just like, I don't like this. I don't like that. So there's a grown ass adult complaining about something in real life online, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, on Twitter or X as it's now called. And then you have another grown ass adult, man or woman, whatever, police officer coming to that person's house and arresting them because they're telling him like, yeah, you posted a picture of something that made somebody uncomfortable, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that is a scam too. Who are those people that are being offended? And I'm pretty sure it's just a ruse, some fake bullshit by the government to just start arresting people to control them more and this and that. And everyone's saying that the UK and England has fallen, mass immigration, violent crimes are increasing, this and that, blah blah blah. But they're all adults. These aren't like 5-year-old kids and 6-year-old kids, all innocent, going into the UK and doing stuff, making decisions. They're still those innocent children. They have no idea what's going on. They're in the process of growing right now, learning, expanding their minds, blah, blah, blah. But there are grown ass adults, though, 30, 40, 50 years old, that are running this world, that are running this country, making these decisions, making these rules. You have the people in the US, people in North America, Europe, Asia, grown ass adults, but they're all dumb. They're all stupid like you and me. They're just what makes them different? Nothing. Nothing really makes them different. They're still just humans. They're all human beings. They laugh, they cry, they shit their pants sometimes. Donald Trump is this rich, powerful billionaire president. But he still gets stomach bugs, and he sometimes has to go and sit on that toilet and he shits himself. He gets explosive diarrhea, just like you do. And yet he makes these crazy big decisions. That shit doesn't make any sense. Like, it's mind-boggling. It really is. Like, again, common sense, which I've also talked about. It falls into the same category. Like, why do people not get it and make such dumb decisions? Like, when do we ever get it? Like, adult, I mean, that's it. You're a kid, you grow up, you mature, you become an adult, and then if you don't get it as an adult, then what else is there? There's nothing left of it. You just get older and older and you die. So, like, where is that realization? When do we evolve? Because we're all so dumb. We're just dumb adults. You realize everyone's dumb. Everyone's just a dumb, And why do we even have a president? Like, why does the US have one person in charge? That makes no sense. And I know that's like, yeah, he's just a representative, and you have like, you have Congress, you have like the Senate, and they actually make changes and they help pass laws and rules, and the president can't just do whatever he wants or whatever. But why is it even like that to begin with? There shouldn't just be one representative. Like the United States should be a collective of X amount of people. Like that should be the government. The government shouldn't be one person as a president and a bunch of other random people squabbling and fighting in like these rooms, senators and governors and all that crap. You should have like a council. You should have like a council of 13. Why 13? Because that's one of my favorite numbers and because I said so, because I like it. So 13. So you have a group of 13 people and they come from all walks of life. You take the best philosopher in the US. That's one, right? You take one of the best like medical doctors who's well respected across the field and everybody likes, and you pick him. So you have a doctor, you have like, a professor, like one of the best professors in the United States that everybody enjoys and likes and agrees that they're a decent human being. It doesn't even matter. You know what? This touches on the whole Charlie Kirk thing. It doesn't matter. You don't have to agree with them or disagree with them, whatever. Like, it doesn't even matter about the beliefs and like your likes and dislikes. It has to be like, are they qualified for that job? Are they good at as a human being and this and that? Are they out beating the shit out of people? Are they murdering people? Are they raping people? No, they're not. It's just some teacher. It's a professor who teaches at some university. Maybe it's the University of Texas. Maybe it's Harvard. Maybe it's a smaller random college, but it's like you got like a Robin Williams professor from like, some community college, just like in Good Will Hunting, somebody who's like smart and decent and a good person. So you pick those people. You pick like 13 people from these different fields, a doctor, a professor. You can have like an engineer, maybe one CEO, even though most CEOs, you can find a good one, but I'm sure a lot of them are, well, some of them are corrupt assholes, but still, you pick like a council of 13 people to guide the country and make decisions. And you need an odd number because they can also vote amongst themselves. And, they make decisions as a group and the majority has to win. You have 13 people. So when they vote, 7 people have to say yes and 5 people can say no. And then the bill will pass. Whatever the bill is. Should we go to war in the Middle East? You have a vote. Should we help the homeless people in the United States? They have a vote. These people, these smart, intellectual, average people, because we're all dumb, they're still technically dumb. Remember the whole premise of this whole story? That we're all dumb adults who don't know what the hell we're doing. But at least if we can get those 13 respectful adults or well liked enough, you put them together, 13 professional people, and they can be ordinary too. Like you can be a regular school teacher that the majority of people know and like. If you have somebody you like and respect or whatever, you can pick those people. And you get like 13 people and they go and they run the country. And I guarantee you 13 average, respected, smart people of their specific fields and industries will run this country better than one random president. It's just common sense. Those 13 people, it's like a jury. Like, why do we do that with the court system? Why do we have like 12 people, You go to the court system, you commit a crime, you got 12 of your 12 of your peers, they sit there and they debate and they decide if you're guilty or not. So we do that with crimes, stuff like that. So why can't we do that with the whole country? You get 13 grown-ass adults, men and women, minimum age of like 30, maximum 65, well-respected. And they don't serve just 4 years, or maybe some other time period, or like when people decide, or like when the group decides, like, I don't know. Oh, man, I don't know. But yeah, people are dumb. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, adults, you just look around you and it's like so much. I mean, again, I'm not talking about like there's good people too, of course. Yeah. I mean, if you don't do bad stuff, you're a good person. Love thy neighbor and this and that, be a good person, don't steal, don't murder, don't kill, don't rape, don't beat, don't blah blah blah. That stuff is all important. That's beyond common sense. That's programmed into you as a human being. And like obviously bad shit happens, and I don't know what causes people to do all the nasty stuff out there because it happens, obviously, every day. But if you're just a good person, you're still dumb though, because we're all dumb. So you can be a good person, but just focus on the good and fix the world. It's so simple, you know? But, nobody knows. It's like nobody knows what the hell we're doing. We're just trudging along in this existence. And we're all kind of dumb on a certain level. We're all just dumb. And again, going back to what I started with, it's like it's that weird moment. And again, I think I was a teenager when I realized it, but it's just like there's that moment when you realize that adults don't actually know what the hell they are doing. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. We're just, again, it's just like we're just people. Nobody knows what they're doing. Not really. We're always looking for help and guidance, you know? Everyone's always talking to people, getting advice and help and this and that, counseling, psychiatrists. So it's like nobody knows what they're really doing. Nobody knows. Like, ugh, it's so bizarre. You know who else doesn't know what they're doing? Your mom.